Before the world could stop it, Persia rose like a sun over kingdoms, vast, rich, and unstoppable. From one throne, one command could move thousands and make distant nations tremble. As the news spread, the known world turned its eyes toward Persia's march.
From the plains of Persia to the shores of Greece.
Persia did not move like chaos, but like a machine built across continents.
The king's courier is expected shortly.
This was no single army, but an empire gathering its many voices into one march. Even the sea was drawn into the campaign, turned from barrier into pathway. Day after day, Persia carried its power through heat, dust, and distance. Long before armies arrived, their shadow entered cities through rumor, trade, and fear. Against Persia's vastness, resistance began in small rooms with hard choices. Here, on the edge of land and history, empires would be tested by human will. Across valleys and plains, Persia advanced not as scattered warriors, but as one immense force. Wherever the roads stretched, the march of Persia followed. From the hills, distant watchers saw a storm of banners moving toward their world. Behind the march stood careful minds shaping the path of empire.
The banners indicate the wind is shifting.
Across the world, cities listened, prepared, and wondered how close the storm would
Do you think
come.
the walls will hold them back?
Swift riders carried the reach of Persia far beyond its cities. Beneath the stars, the empire rested before another day of
A long
marching.
way from home we are, but we march together.
Across the sea, Persia prepared to move not only by land, but by waves. Facing the vast Persian power, divided lands searched for unity.
We must consolidate our forces first.
Soon, the march of empire would meet the resolve of those who refused to yield. At dawn, both sides stood beneath the same rising sun, knowing history waited ahead. Across the valley, the army of Persia appeared like a living horizon. From a quiet hill, the king looked upon the force that carried his empire's will.
They will hold until the signal.
In the narrow pass, a small line of defenders
Hold the line,
stood
steady
firm.
men. The gods favor the disciplined.
Between the armies rode words before weapons. Behind the front lines, the machinery of empire never stopped moving. Among the rocks and wind, the defenders prepared for the test ahead. Beyond the cliffs, the sea also waited for its role in the struggle. Under the same stars, both armies waited for morning.
Gods favor the brave, not the many.
As the sun rose, the world seemed to pause between empire and resistance. Among the vast army stood the immortals, the empire's most elite warriors. Victory would not come from numbers alone, but from understanding the land. In the narrow pass, the strength of the Greeks lay in unity.
We stand as one.
Here, mountains and sea shaped the battlefield more than armies could. Where strength could not pass easily, ingenuity searched for another path.
The gradient is manageable here.
From the high cliffs, the defenders measured the size of the storm approaching them. Slowly, the great army moved toward the narrow gate of the mountains. Against overwhelming numbers, the line held steady.
We hold this pass.
For a brief moment, the valley held its breath. As night fell, the world stood on the edge of legend. The empire moved forward, confident in its overwhelming strength. Here, numbers mattered less than unity. In this place, the land itself decided how armies could move. Together, they became more than soldiers, they became a wall. Behind the front lines stood the weight of an empire. In the tight corridor of stone and sea, the line refused to break. Across distant lands, people waited to hear the fate of the narrow pass. For those who stood here, the fight was about more than survival. Long after the armies departed, the mountains would remember. In a narrow pass between mountain and sea, a story was born that would echo through history.